build structures that survive it anyway. What did I do this year? My company, a nonprofit organization. But another thing that we do is that we take a moment to decide right now whether you are able to buy a Crash Course coin. I'm not asking you to buy one. I'm asking you to take a moment to think about whether you can. Because if everybody does that, then
oh my God, he's doing the thing I used to do. Don't tier 2 sub, but consider it. Simply consider. I love that.
Of you will realize that yes, you are that person who can help us. You can get a Crash Course coin. These are minted in Arkansas from hand engraved dies at Shire Post Mint. And I do want you to know that Crash Course might be expensive for a YouTube channel, but it is extremely cheap for an educational resource. If we charged what traditional educational media companies charge for this stuff, we would make hundreds of millions of dollars of profit.
Buy a coin? I already bought a coin. Pussy, where's your fucking coin, bitch? Come at me. I already bought one months ago. I bought one months ago. I've been tapped in. And you try to pawn off your responsibility as a human to make society better on a millionaire because you know as a fact that you won't do anything to help. And maybe you'll say today it's because you're broke, but whenever you come in money, you won't think about it either. You're a selfish man. And I don't blame you for it. Most men are selfish. But don't pawn off your responsibility to make the world better onto someone else. It is on you regardless of your societal or economic income.
Here, but we cannot charge for it because once you start charging, there's a bunch of bureaucracy that comes in. The teachers have to get their administrators to buy it, and then you have to take it out to dinner, and there's all these big companies that do this stuff, and we don't want to do that. We want to be used in schools, not because somebody told the teachers they had to and said, here, we bought this thing for you, but because it's free.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. A lot of people are typing W-O-A-H to say well. Actually, the bastardized spelling of the correct word. Woe is W-H-O-A. And through internet slang, turned to W-O-A-H. But that was never a word. Fun fact. Now, obviously, the way language works, it's still correct. Just a fun little fact.
And they're using it because they want to. And the students are using it because they want to. That's the only reason Crash Course gets used in schools, because people want to use it. And so we have to be cheap because we have to be free, but we cannot be as cheap as YouTube videos. We spend like pennies per student who uses Crash Course. And we make less than that, unless you count. The Crash Course coin comes in a few flavors, representing your ability to help us reach 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, or 200,000, 200,000 learners. And yeah, I don't know if we're going to sell any of those. That one's expensive. We make a very limited number of them, which helps us budget for our year ahead and also plan for projects that the Crash Course team thinks are likely to be strategically important and impactful. And again, obviously not everyone can buy one. So I'm not asking you to buy one. I'm asking everyone to consider whether they can. This way, Crash Course will be available to everyone for free, because the people who can pay, so that the people who can't don't.
Which one did you buy? I bought 12 of the 200K one for the millionaire, and I thought I should just use all the money for this. Maybe that's stupid, I don't know.
That's how you make a thing that doesn't work. And it is amazing that it does. And it does, but only because you...
What did you buy?
Already have considered, and some portion of you have realized that maybe you are one of those people, and those people went down to the description and clicked on the link to Crash Course Coin. And here I am, having just finished editing this video, realizing I haven't told you an important thing. This is not a thing that goes on for a while. But you thought about it, and you're like, I am going to do that. And you were like, but I'll do it in a second. Just do it now, because that way you definitely won't forget. And this is an opportunity. Okay, thank you. You can forget this.
I'm a monthly contributor to NPR. How about you? Actually, also. But in general, you know, I find that a lot of people get defensive about the ability to give towards things that they would otherwise care about. I think it's okay if you don't. You don't get defensive. I donate a fuck ton of money. I'm rich, but I also like doing the thing. But I also did that when I wasn't as rich, and I think it's chill. Don't get mad at of taxes. Like, for example, there's a difference between running a charity stream where none of the money goes to me, it goes directly to the charity, and the person who actually writes off on their taxes are people who donate, and then donating and then getting that as a tax write-off. But I also don't think it's a bad thing. I think people use that in an accusatory way that's actually really negative to do. Like, I think we shouldn't. I think that's the whole point of the tax benefit, is it incentivizes people who have means that others don't to make the donation to a cause that they care about. I think it's a good thing, but I think people bring it up every time as a way to combat it, as if now it's not a good thing. I don't care, and I'm an endless one. I don't care if the person did it from purely altruistic decisions, right? If they donate